Good morning to all of you. I, Sunil Kumar, PGT Accountancy in Cambridge International School, Dasuya. I welcome to all of you in the e-learning initiative of the Cambridge International School, Dasuya. Hope you all are enjoying the e-learning program. For last 3 days, we have been doing company. Today, we are heading towards the types of companies. But before starting a new topic, types of company, let's recapitulate what we had done in the previous class. Let's recap the merits and the limitations of a company. Merits, limited liability. It means the shareholders' liabilities are limited to the amount which they have not paid to the company, as company always demand the money in installments. Whatever the left installment is with the shareholders, that is called the liabilities remained with the shareholder. That is why the liabilities of the shareholders or the members of a company is limited. Second, transfer of interest. It means shareholders can easily transfer their shares to any person at any point of time. There is no restriction of transferring shares from one person to another person. Number three, perpetual succession. Perpetual succession means uh, the working of any person, the action of any person or any member or any shareholders do not affect the working of the company. Company will continue whether anybody dies or retires from the firm or any other action of that member does not affect the working of the company. Number four, scope of expansion. It's a company has a huge amount of capital, so the scope of expansion is very high in the public limited company. Number fifth is professional management. The management of the public limited company is quite professional, as they always lead from the front, and they can hire very well qualified personals from the market, as IIM personals or IIT personals, so that the management is quite professional. Now the limitations. Number one is complexity in formation. Huge formalities are required in the formation of a company, like we have to follow the guidelines issued by the Security and Exchange Board of India. We have to register with the registrar of the companies. A lot of paperwork is required to form a company. So the complexity in the formation of company is huge. Number two is lack of secrecy. As per the guidelines of the government of India, every company has to disclose the working of their company through the preparation of their accounts, and it should be public through electronic media or print media. So the secrecy cannot be maintained. Number three, impersonal work environment. As the management and the owner are two different persons, so management do not treat creditors, employees, and other persons in their personal way in a very good manner. Uh, as the owner of the company is different person, so there is a lack of personal touch in the public limited company. Numerous regulations, we have to follow number of regulations made by Security and Exchange Board of India. Finance Ministry is issuing there another guidelines. Reserve Bank of India is issuing another guidelines, so we have to follow, and the government of India is also following or issuing different guidelines for the companies. So we have to follow numerous regulations, which is again a complex work. Oligarchic management means uh, control in few hands. Although the management is selected or the board of director is elected by the shareholders, uh, but the ultimate power lies in the hands of board of directors. So here the power or the decision making power lies with few hands, so they can do their as per their wish. Whatever they want to do, they are doing in that manner. Sometimes they ignore the interest of the shareholders also. So these are the merits and the limitations of a public limited company. Today we are going to do types of company. There are three types of company. Number one, private company. Number two, public company. Number three, one person company, which is also called OPC. First, we are going to do private limited company. Private limited company or a private company means a company which A, restricts the rights of members to transfer its shares. In private limited company, persons cannot transfer their shares from one person to another person as it is in case of public limited company. B, has a minimum of 2 members and maximum of 200 members. In private limited company, minimum members should be 2 and maximum cannot be increased from 200. C, does not invite public to subscribe its securities. Private limited company cannot issue their shares to the public. So they cannot invite the public to subscribe their securities. Securities mean shares. Now there are few privileges which is given or which is enjoyed by the private limited company. These are as follow. A private company can formed by only 2 members. If you are going to form a private limited company, minimum 2 members are required. As in case of partnership, there are also 2 members required. In private limited company, there are also 2 members required to form a private limited company, but it should be as per the Companies Act 2013. B. There is no need to issue a prospectus as public is not invited to subscribe shares. Here, we do not require to issue prospectus. Now, what is prospectus? Prospectus is a book in which the entire information of the company is given. And on the last page, there is one application form through which public applies for the shares of the company. So it's a private limited company. Private limited company do not need to issue prospectus to the public. C. Allotment of shares can be done without receiving the minimum subscription. Now, this is very new thing. As per the guidelines of the SEBI, that is Security and Exchange Board of India, if any company who is issuing shares to the public needs to get its subscription up to 90% of shares issued. It means if any company issuing shares of rupees 10 lakh, 9 lakh, uh, the amount of 9 lakh rupees shares should be sold in the market. But this is not the case with the private limited company. In private limited company, minimum subscription is not required, as in public limited 90% of the subscription is required. So this is again a good privilege for the company, private limited company. D. A private company needs to have only 2 directors to begin its operation, and maximum is 15. So in private limited company, there is the requirement of only 2 directors to begin the operations of the company. Whereas in public limited company, minimum 3 directors are required. So here, two directors can begin the operations of the company, and the maximum limit of the directors in private limited company is 15. Now, the public limited company, in which the involvement of public is there. So the next topic is public limited company. Here's the meaning of public company. Public company means a company which is not a private company. As per the Companies Act 2013, a public company is one which A has a minimum of 7 members and no limit of maximum members. It means when you are going to begin a public company, you require minimum 7 members, and for maximum there is no limit. This is as per the Companies Act 2013. B. Public limited company has no restriction on transfer of securities. It means shares. In public limited companies, members can easily transfer their shares from one person to another person as and when they feel or they require money. So there is no restriction on the transfer of securities. C. Public limited company is not refrained from inviting the public to subscribe to its securities. It means that public limited company can invite the public to subscribe its securities. It means they can issue prospectus to the public. Public can buy that prospectus, apply for the shares or securities in the company, and company can allot to them shares. Okay, there is a limit that is 90% as per the guidelines issued by the Security and Exchange Board of India. If a public company issuing securities to the public, then it should be subscribed up to 90% of the issued amount or issued shares. So this is the definition given by the Companies Act 2013. What is a public limited company? One person company. This is very new concept in India, as it is began in the year of 2014, since the new Companies Act 2013 came into effect. One person company was it was recommended by J.J. Irani Expert Committee in the year 2005. It had suggested that such an entity may be provided with a simpler legal regime through exemptions so that a small entrepreneur is not compelled to devote considerable time, energy, and resources on the complex compliances of a company. So this concept, the seed of one person company, was sown in the year 2005 by J.J. Irani Expert Committee, and it is uh, came into effect in the year 2014 with effect when the new Companies Act 2013 came into effect. So let's see what is one person company according to the Companies Act 2013. So one person company. With the implementation of the Companies Act 2013, a single person could constitute a company under the one person company concept. Now, here, if you see that one person means sole, one person always can form a sole proprietorship, not a company. But this is a privilege given under the Companies Act 2013 that a single person can also form a company. Here, one person company is a company which with only one person as a member. Here the one person is only the member of these types of company. That one person will be the shareholder of the company, and he is also the shareholder of the company. It avails all the benefits of a private limited company. Here one person is getting the benefits of all the private limited company, such as private legal entity protecting personal assets from business liabilities and perpetual succession. So one can say that it's an amalgamation of uh, a private limited company and a public company. Following are the characteristics of one person company. Number one, only a natural person who is an Indian citizen and resident in India shall be eligible to incorporate a OPC. It means if you are a natural person and a citizen of India and even residing in India, not residing outside, that NRIs are not eligible to form a one person company, then only you can incorporate or form a one person company. So you should be natural person first, then you should be an Indian citizen residing in India, not residing outside India. So here the one point which is very very important, one has to understand that NRIs are not eligible to form one person company. So the Indian citizen who is residing in India and he is a natural person can form or can incorporate one person company. Number two, no person shall be eligible to incorporate more than one person company or become nominee in more than one such company. Now, whosoever is forming or incorporating a one person company, he cannot incorporate one more one person company or nominee of another such type of company. So it should be the nominee in the same company which he has formed. So he cannot be a member of two companies. Number three, no minor shall become member or nominee of the OPC. If you are a minor, minor means less than 18 years of age, you cannot become a member of one person company or nominee of one person company. Fourth, such company cannot be incorporated or converted into company under Section 8 of the Companies Act 2013. Now, these types of company cannot be converted into company under Section 8 of the Act. Under Section 8 means public limited company cannot, you cannot form a public limited company. Number fifth, such company cannot carry out non-financial investment activities including investment in securities of any body corporate. Such type of companies cannot carry out non-financial investment activities, that they cannot buy shares of other companies. Okay. Now the last point is number six, that is no such company cannot convert voluntarily into any kind of company unless 2 years expired from the date of its incorporation, except threshold limit is increased beyond 50 lakh or its average annual turnover during the relevant period exceeds rupees 2 crore. It means voluntarily one person company cannot be converted into a company unless 2 years have been expired. It means if 2 years of the if companies formed 2 years back, now the company can convert itself into a company, another company, if its paid up capital is increased beyond 50 lakh. 50 lakhs is other. If uh, um, its paid up capital means the amount of the capital which is with the company is more than 50 lakh, then only you can convert your one person company into company. Or its average annual turnover. Turnover means sales. If average annual sales during the relevant period exceeds 2 crore, that 2 years or that particular years, if the annual average turnover is increased 2 crore, then only the one person company is eligible to form or to convert into another type of company or other companies. So these are the characteristics of one person companies. One person company is very very new in India. It is came into effect uh, since 2014-15. Earlier, there was no one-person company, and the seed of a one-person company was sown in the year of 2005 by J.J. Irani committee, and it is implemented, or it came into effect in after implementation of the Companies Act 2013. So here is the completion of the types of companies. This is all for the day. Thank you for listening it very patiently. Hope you enjoy e-learning program of the school. So we are wrapping up here our today's lecture. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home.